Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today. Our question of the day comes from Susie in Florida.
She says, I'm at my wit's end with my husband's spending. We got married young, and back then I assumed the poor choices were due to his age. I thought over the years that he would learn from his mistakes, but he hasn't. He recently racked up $125,000 in non-housing debt, and it's not the first time. We've refinanced or sold our houses 2 other times to clear his debt. I'm embarrassed to admit that I found myself scouring the couch cracks for enough quarters to buy a gallon of milk. He recently maxed out his credit cards and then took out an annuity to pay them off. He has sold my paid-off car so that he could pay off debts. He comes home with something new whenever he pleases. About a year ago, I opened my own savings account. I'm afraid that our marriage will crumble and I'll need to move out. I even went back to school to finish my degree so that I could support myself if we separate. I have always stayed debt-free and saved what I could. I feel disrespected and fear that our family is at risk at all times. At this point, I'm so full of resentment and distrust that I'm constantly angry and anxious. What should I do? Well, yeah, you've got a problem. It's beyond a money problem. It's looking like a money problem, but it's beyond that. He's got a lot of problems. And the fact that you've already separated yourself to the extent that you have, you're looking at a life without him, and you're getting your education to do that. You're setting aside money to do that. So in your mind, there is a line that he's crossed a long time ago. And it sounds like you're in this position where it's like, once I get my footing, I'm out the door. And I don't know what you guys have talked about in way of counseling. You know, I kind of have this acronym when you're in these situations. I always say it's a SAFE acronym about keeping your money safe. And it's the S's. You need to seek counsel if you are experiencing things like A, addiction, abuse, F, financial infidelity, right? Those are the times that you seek counsel. And then from there, the E is you need to evaluate your options. What is it? Is it me having to separate funds for him in order to keep myself and family safe for a while until, the right counseling has taken place and we've seen evidence of change? Is it I've got to get myself in a safe environment if there's some sort of abuse? So it sounds like you've already started implementing that, but I don't know about the counseling. That's the one thing I haven't seen here. And that's going to be paramount for you guys if there's ever even a chance of this working out, because he's a child. And I'm wondering if you're racking up this kind of debt, Dave, correct me if I'm wrong, is something going on. $125,000 in non-housing debt, and this is happening more than once. I gotta wonder if there's anything going else with another lifestyle, if there's some sort of addiction. I just don't see how you can do that. And you're looking for money for a gallon of milk.
Yeah. So, Susie, your marriage is over.
Yeah.
Now, the only question is, can it be healed and put back together? The only shot at that is to get some professional help, because I can tell from reading this that you're done, but you don't even realize you're done.
She's done.
Stick a fork in it. You're done. And really, with what you've described, no one listening is blaming you.
Mm-mm.
We're sick of this guy. Everybody that read this with us. So you're done. Now, can it be salvaged? Yeah, it can be. Probability's fairly low because 2 major things have to happen. He's going to have to change, and you're going to have to change. And you guys got to have some help doing that. So get in touch with a marriage counselor. He likely is not willing to go to marriage counseling, but you need to go sit down with one, and then they can give you words and phrases and give you clear thought on exactly how this is going to go down. But normally the way this would go down would be you would sit down with him after meeting with a counselor and say, I'm not willing to live like this anymore. Period. If you will not go to marriage counseling and you will not go to Financial Peace University with me, and you will not live on an agreed budget, and you will not quit spending more than we make and crashing our lives continually, I'm done. That's probably what the counselor is going to instruct you to say. It's called an ultimatum. And then let's see if that gives Bubba the wake-up call. Because this is one seriously immature dude. He is, the axis of the world runs straight through the center of his head. He thinks the whole thing revolves around him. And he's a baby child. And so if baby child can wake up and go, I'll do anything, I don't want to lose you. Yeah, well, we'll see, because you're about to do a lot of stuff that you've never done in all these years. And that's called grow up, be a man, learn to delay pleasure, learn to live on less than you make, learn to agree on spending with your spouse, have a written detailed plan, save money, don't just spend money, invest money, don't just spend money, be generous to other people other than yourself. You selfish little immature golly. And so he's got a lot of changing to do, and you've got you've put up with this for so long, you've become accustomed to crazy, and you kind of think crazy's normal. So you've got some changing to do, because crazy ain't normal. This, what you're describing, is not normal, and I'm a little bit aghast that it took you this long to wake up. And there's something broken in you that caused you to wait this long to wake up.
Yeah.
So sit down with a coach, a counselor, and because I'm guessing baby child's not going to go, and then you can go back home and explain to him with the TV off and the kids in the bed that this is what's going to happen. I'm going to pack up and I'm going to leave if you don't agree to these terms, because I'm no longer willing to live like this. And something along those lines is going to be the process. And marriage counseling, financial coaching and counseling like Financial Peace University, a written detailed budget, and for this point forward, agreement on every dollar that goes out the door.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer going to scrounge in the couch after all these years and how much money we make for a gallon of milk. That's asinine. And I'm not going to live like this. And see, the problem is you never even said that, except in your head. And so now you've got to have some coaching on how to sit this down, because you are going to put your marriage on the line when you make this statement, because if he does not change, then you will be required to walk back out and be done. You've got to make a decision, because if you decide to stay in crazy, then you're just part of crazy.
That's right.
You're just crazy is then. And everybody gets crazy. So yeah, this is out of control. Wow.
It's tough. Refinanced and sold 2 houses to clear this debt.
Yeah, I mean, it's a constant flow of self-centeredness and immaturity.
Yeah.
At a minimum. Now, again, if you decide I'm going to be strong, speak my mind, and require reasonableness to live here, and he decides I'm going to go along with reasonableness and a plan, and we're going to heal this and turn this around, I've seen things worse than this.
Yeah, all things are possible, 100%. But the choices that have to be made are very difficult on both sides. Number one, he's changing who he is when it comes to money. And then 2...
He's just changing who he is.
Yeah.
And the money will be part of it.
That's true. And then 2 for her, she's got to choose. Like, there's a side of her that the forgiveness on this is tough. And the ability to go, okay, we're starting a new thing. I've got to hold up my end of the bargain. I can't keep holding old stuff over the head. But at the same time, I have to let that like, that is a very hard line to walk.
Yeah.
Only counseling can help that. Yeah.
But Susie, Jade opened up, and she's exactly right with the thing that your marriage is over. You've already separated yourself emotionally, career, savings account. You've already ended this in your head. You've just not actually had the courage to say it out loud, and to yourself even. You've just taken these little steps to kind of like prepare, as if there's a storm coming that might not hit. Well, the storm has already hit.
The damage is done.
You got to do it. You're going to have to deal with this head on, or it's your only chance of saving it. Wow, I'm so sorry, honey. What a mess. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.